I didn't want a hollow repetition. I wanted to return to that state of trance where time stood still and only the map of our desires existed. The way he moved his fingers, with that cadence that seemed to know my most hidden secrets before I did, had become the only standard of pleasure my body was willing to accept. Everything else now seemed superficial, a pale shadow of the intensity one discovered in the darkness of his arms. Intimacy became for me a vital need for connection, a bridge to something greater than simple pleasure. I found myself fantasizing not just about the act itself, but about the moments of prior tension he handled with such skill, the sound of his breathing changing rhythm just before kissing me, the pressure of his lips on the arch of my foot, the way his gaze held mine when I felt I was losing myself in the pleasure. That night he taught me that true pleasure is not something taken by force, but something cultivated with patience, detail, and absolute attention to the other. My body, now more awake and conscious than ever, seemed to be in a state of permanent anticipation, as if every pore were waiting for the return of his touch. Every time we met again, the electricity was even more potent, because now we knew the corners of our anatomies, yet we continued to search for new paths of pleasure. I became a student of his satisfaction as much as he was of mine, looking for that exact point where his control vanished and he surrendered to me with the same intensity. The bedroom became our laboratory of sensations, a sacred space where social masks did not exist, only two human beings exploring the limits of the possible through touch and the brutal honesty of skin. As our story progressed, the obsession transformed into an indestructible complicity. I learned that true seduction is a dialogue that never ends, a dance where suspense is the fuel that keeps the flame alive. Every encounter was a new opportunity to discover a hidden facet of my own sexuality, a depth I was previously afraid to touch. I felt alive, vibrant, possessing a secret that transformed the way I walked and looked at the world. I knew that, after experiencing that way of making love, which was more like becoming one, there was no going back to mediocrity. The perfection he offered me, that ability to make me feel wet and longing with just a whisper or a sustained look, became my daily reality. In the end, I understood that he hadn't just made love to me perfectly, he had awakened me to life. My body, my desires, and my capacity